What could all this be? Let's find out in the Blu-ray haul for Q1 of 2024.
It's Morphin' Time!
Special shout out to all our channel members, including our Captain Tiers, Infinity War-Torn, Spin-54, Super Shaddix Boom, Toma K, Jamie's World, Matthias Laura, Don Ranger Power, Donnie Waldman, Dr. Grid, Jeremy Carr, It's Law Dorman, Tokyo Texas Cosplay, Common Pikachu, Sutargo's the Kaiju from Krypton, Brendan Overland, AMG and Marco 27, MJ Klein, The Photo Viper, Brenton Yadden, SHJ4 Jason, Oma Ender, Shenlong Zhanshi, Psycho O's, Jagger in Zero, Canadian Survivalist, Doge 9789, and Smith the Crow. If you'd like to become a channel member, hit the join button down below for more details. Hello, this is Sanout here, and welcome to another Blu-ray haul. We do these about once a quarter. We look at all the Blu-rays and DVDs I picked up in the last 3 months. So this is going to be from January to March of 2024. And there's a bunch of stuff here. We got some old stuff, got some new stuff, got a mixture of things in between, and some very special things as well that we're going to take a look at. It shall be a great time. For things that already got their own videos, I reviewed Shout Factory's classic Tokusatsu movie collection, and I did a full video on that talking about the history of each of the films and what's included inside it. Also, I've reviewed Discotech Media's Space Sheriff Charavan Complete Series Blu-ray release, going over all the details you should need to know about that series. Alright, let's start the proper haul in the TV section. So first things first, Wednesday Season 1 on Blu-ray from MGM and Warner Brothers. This is a release of the first season of the Netflix series. And it's always interesting seeing a Netflix logo on a physical media package, because it doesn't happen often. We did get Sandman, which I looked at in a previous video, but yeah, we do got Wednesday Season 1, and that's due to MGM still owning the rights to the Addams Family characters. And this is a pretty nice presentation overall. It's nothing like fancy. You're getting the whole show. It looks good. It sounds good. You know, it is Blu-ray. You get 4 episodes on one disc, 4 episodes on the other, which is pretty nice. And I think the presentation overall is pretty good. And I hope to see this continue with the show being such a success that it is, that we will continue to get more releases. There basically isn't any bonus features on it. It's pretty bare bones, but it's nice to at least have the show on a disc. Next up, we have Transformers Earthspark Season 1, Episodes 11 through 26. This is the Nickelodeon and Paramount Plus series. We previously looked at the Transformers Earthspark Volume 1. We'll talk about the differences here in a moment, but this set does complete Season 1. You can see you got a nice cover with Bumblebee, Optimus, Thrash, Twitch, and the 2 kids there, and the 2 kids on the back. Plus, we got a nice shot of Hashtag. Hashtag made the box cover. She still doesn't have a proper toy. And then also Breakdown made the cover, which is pretty neat. So this is, another bare bones release in a lot of ways. It is just the, episodes on these 2 discs. Yes, it is 16 episodes spread across 2 discs. It looks decent. This is an HD show being released on DVD because that's just how the kids market is treated with shows most of the time. But yeah, you do get, half the episodes on one disc, half the episodes on the other. It looks good. It sounds good. It's going to be passable. Personally speaking, if I'm going to watch the show at the current time, I'll just watch it on streaming where it's actually in HD. But this is a nice backup. I would still love to see a Blu-ray, but if this is all we get, this is all we get. Interesting to note, though, this one did not have a slipcover. They're like, let's deck it out and give a slipcover to Volume 1, and then Volume 2, nothing. Also to mention that the spines don't match because Nickelodeon changed their logo yet again. But other than that, I mean, they're pretty consistent outside the Nickelodeon branding change. But yeah, it's pretty nice. I think it's kind of interesting that we didn't get 13 and 13. We got 10 and 26, or 10 and 16, I should say. But yeah, whole season is out there now if you want it. And then a purchase request from my dad was the complete series of Night Court. This is all 9 seasons plus a documentary and a commentary on the pilot. This was pretty decently priced. I think it was like, I don't know, 60 bucks, 50 bucks, something like that. Not too bad. It's in one of these really thick cases, and you want to be careful because they did put discs on the outside layer here. It is all single disc or single-sided discs, so I know that some of the previous versions may have had double-sided discs, but these are all single-sided discs. It's about 3 discs per season. For a show of its age, not a bad release to have. It is a little bit cramped in here because you do have the discs on the front and back covers, so keep that in mind if you're ordering it online. Haven't watched through it to really talk about the quality too much, but for what I imagine, based on the episode count, should be pretty decent and kind of what you'd expect for a show of the age of it is. But it's a nice box set, a nice compact set if you want Night Court in your collection. It's anime time, starting with Discotek Media's Blue Comet SPT Leisner, one of my favorite shows ever made, period. I love Leisner. I've wanted Discotek to do a Blu-ray of this for years, and I'm so happy it's here. This was a mid-1980s mecha anime from Sunrise Animation, the same creators of Gundam, and it influenced so many things in the Japanese entertainment space because a lot of animators looked at this show and said, oh, I want to do something as cool as that. This Blu-ray set is also terrific. It's got all 38 episodes, plus the 3 OVAs that 2 of them recap the series, and the last one provides the conclusion that was never provided in the series itself due to the cancellation, due to its main sponsor being for a company that made heaters that exploded on people. Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. This set is a 4-disc set. It looks terrific. It sounds terrific. The subtitle quality is pretty dang solid. And it's got, you know, semi-decent artwork on each of the discs. It is kind of working with whatever they could get. So what it is, the first 38 episodes, the whole show itself is on 3 discs. And then disc 4 has the 3 OVAs. Personal recommendation, if you do pick this up and see the series, you don't have to watch OVAs 1 and 2 again. They're retelling episodes 1 through 38. You could just jump to OVA 3 after watching 38, and that'll kind of give you your full ending that was true and proper. Love this show. It is madness, but it is drama. It is great. I'll read you the premise. The year is 1996. The Cold War has followed humanity to the stars. As part of a program to cultivate the next generation of spacefarers, a group of students is sent to the UN's research base on Mars. Shortly after the students arrive, a blue mechanized assault weapon flies over the base with a trio of unidentified pursuers hot on its heels. The facility is destroyed in the ensuing scuffle, leaving only a handful of survivors in its wake. A young man named Eiji appears before the survivors, revealing himself to be the pilot of the blue weapon, the SPT Leisner. However, he also comes bearing a warning. The Earth is in danger. Great show. Takes a lot of twists and turns. Currently watching it with my family. It's terrific. Highly recommend it, and a great release that we finally got an official release for a North American Region A Blu-ray. All right, next up, Lupin update. Lupin the Third, 7 Days Rhapsody, the next TV special to be released. This is number 18 from 2006. It is another Lupin TV special. You're either collecting these or you're not. I'm collecting them, obviously. You got a cool little poster art here behind the disc. Looking nice, looking cool. And you got, the disc itself. Once again, Region A coded Blu-ray, but it is a pretty nice release overall. All right, let's talk about one of the longest TV shows ever made, Naruto Shippuden. I just say that because it's got 500 episodes. And you combine it with original Naruto, it's 720, and I'm still working my way through it. Viz Media did a whole run of Naruto Blu-rays, which were upscales from the SD video footage, the digital animation, upscaled to HD. They finished with set 8 a while ago. It's been a little bit. But these are really nice sets. I've talked about them before. They had like these little spines that would track how far you are in the series. And they've picked it up and they've continued it with Naruto Shippuden. Set 1 here, we've got Naruto Deidara and Gaara. So it's that early Kazekaze rescue arc. And you can see here that they swapped out the shuriken for kunai. And you can see that for set 1, there is 1 kunai in place. And then for set 2, there's a second kunai in place, meaning that we are looking at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 volumes to finish the series, and who knows how long that'll take. Now, just like with Naruto, the early part of Shippuden for the first 154 episodes was an SD show, and then episode 155 onward, it was an HD show. So the first 154 are going to be upscales, and then after that, it should just be the native HD. But this set contains episodes 1 through 27, which also reminds me how long the Let's Rescue Gaara arc was, because it's not even finished in this first volume. But opening it up inside, they did make another little change. First of all, there is the discs. You got 7 episodes per disc, roughly. Pretty nice layout. Looks good, sounds good. English dub, Japanese audio. It is pretty terrific. What's cool is that, in addition to your little advertisements, you get this little art card. Because the artwork for the covers, just like with Naruto, was done by Studio Pierrot. So while Viz Media has been doing the upscale themselves for the North American release, they got original artwork commissioned by Studio Pierrot. And so we've got very nice look of the cover here. And on the back, you got a shot of Sasuke with Pain, and you got that kind of image going. Now, what they did with Naruto that was a little different, and why I also brought out my set 8 here, was that with Naruto, every 4 volumes connected a picture together. And so then in the 4th volume, you got a little poster. So like this is the pull-out poster for sets 5 through 8. So you got that whole connecting image there. And that was pretty cool. But what they've done here as an alternative to this, and maybe to just kind of make a little bit more sense than like, you know, oh, every 4th volume has a poster, they've gone to these art cards. So for example, you know, here's set 1's art card. Let's take a look at set 2. We've got Sakura, Granny Chiyo, and Sasori here, so it's continuing that. Same thing with the spine. This is episodes 28 through 55, so it gets us, you know, into the Tenchi Bridge arc. This is essentially, they have kind of the same design where it's 1 kunai, 2 kunai, 3 kunai, and then 4. So it's got that going on. And then it comes with an art card. And this art card, of course, is the cover art, so you can line it up with the other cover art here, so it matches. But then the reverse side, as you can see, we got Pain, and you can see we've got that continuation of Sasuke, the Akatsuki, and Pain there. So I imagine we will also get 2 more, and so it'll be kind of like 2 arcs at once, which will be kind of neat to see. So I'm curious to see how this will continue. We do know Sasuke is on the cover of Volume 3, and that is coming out in May, but I'm still not sure what the episode count is, because the Amazon listing is missing that, and there's no Crunchyroll store listing, because they kind of suck at what they do. But anyways, this is going to be a cool set when it is all finished in like 5 years. So I'm going to keep updating on this and keep going. I don't necessarily buy these right when they come out, but I try to get them pretty soon, just so I stay on top of it, because otherwise it would be kind of sucky to try to backtrack on any of these. So that's what they look like. And then also for the spines, in case you're wondering, placing it with the series, the previous series, Naruto, you can see very consistent spineage. I have no idea how consistent it'll be when it comes to the Boruto volumes, because I'm not planning to watch Boruto, just because I think that I want to be done when Shippuden's done. But I like that the logos are in the same spot for the Shonen Jump, the series logo, the set number, the actual like tracker, and then the character portrait. And it switches from orange to black, but it switches from blue to orange. I don't mind this. I'm looking forward to seeing how they continue this, because I think it's nice that we're getting a nice consistent set that feels super duper planned out in the packaging department, which doesn't always happen. Let's talk movies. So we got a huge stack of movies here, lots of cool stuff. First things first, the Arrow Video Conan Chronicles 4K limited edition. It's got a little like explanation of features, but here it is. This set, hotly anticipated, I think, for a lot of reasons. This does include Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer. You can see a nice shot of Arnold Schwarzenegger's Conan here, holding his sword in a very strange manner, but very Conan-like. Very nice, heavy chipboard box. I got this set, I think, less than $60, because Amazon kept discounting it. Very happy with that price. So we got Conan the Barbarian, got the original theatrical poster here. This does include, this is the 4K limited edition, so it's got the 4K Blu-ray on disc 1, and then disc 2 is a Blu-ray disc of extras. And I'll just let you pause and read that, because my goodness, the amount of stuff here is amazing. Of note, it does have seamless branching for the theatrical cut, international cut, and the extended cut. So you're getting all 3 cuts. Brand new audio mix. I previewed this. I haven't watched it in full yet, but I previewed how it looks. Looks amazing. Sounds great. Arrow Video are those guys that you don't really question their releases. You're just like, oh yeah, they're great because it's Arrow. You also get these lobby card style art cards for stills from the movie. On the back, you got the poster art. So you got some different images from that classic first Conan film. And they did release the Conan films separately. I think especially if you wanted to get just Conan the Barbarian, if you didn't want Destroyer, that was an option. But of course, you do get some pretty cool stuff. There is an advertisement card for Arrow back there. Of course, you know me, I go for entire movie collections because that's me. So we got Conan the Destroyer. This was the very interesting PG. The first one was a definite R, and the second one was PG. This is going to be just a 4K disc. So it's just one disc. It's just the 4K. But of course, you do get a ton of bonus features. Once again, just fantastic stuff on here. You could spend hours going into deep diving on Conan. And I've spent hours going deep diving on Arrow Video releases before. So, of course, here we have our Conan the Destroyer cards, our lobby cards, giving us, stills from the film and different things. Give you the vibe, give you the energy, make you excited to see the movie. And then on the back, of course, is the original poster. So, pretty cool. Love that kind of stuff. And even then, like, just with the contents there in the two films, that'd be enough to make this a great set. But no, they go even further. Here is a poster. It's going to be hard to do this. So on one side of the poster here, I'm going to try not to tear this because I could easily do that. It's nice matte paper as well. One side of the poster is the original Conan movie poster. And on the other side, if we can unleash it, Conan with the sword. Doing sword stuff, doing Conan things. Cool. Then we got this other one, which, as you can imagine, following that same pattern we just did. Conan, sorry, all you're seeing is pecs. There's his face. Conan, and then on the back, we've got the poster for Destroyer. So, pretty awesome. And then to top it all off, look at this book. Just wanted to feel the weight of it. It's like a good 150 pages of essays, production stills, behind the scenes. I mean, I literally don't think that, like, after going through this entire set, you could ever have any question about these movies ever again. I feel like it's significantly covered. Yeah, very great set. I don't know if it's still in print, because Arrow limited editions are like that, but they do have single releases of these planned if they're not out already. But I love things like this. Arrow Video keeping that box set spirit alive. All right, speaking of keeping spirits alive, Warner Archive here brought us Looney Tunes Collector's Choice Volume 3. Pretty simple thing. It does say intended for adult collector and may not be suitable for children because of, racism, among other things, tobacco smoking, gunfire. They didn't alter anything, which is really, really nice because I don't like when things are altered. Just slap a warning on it and give us the original material. This is for historical purposes. It's not like you're endorsing these things. You're saying this is how it was produced at its time with the sensibilities of the time, whether they are bad or good is up to the viewer, but it is to preserve the history, and I'm glad to see that. And here is all of the shorts included here. A lot of these have not made their home video debut before, I believe, and I believe some of these are also making their first non-Laserdisc release. So, pretty great, pretty awesome. I hope we get a Volume 4. I mean, I just want this line to keep continuing because it's been providing a lot of great stuff. Speaking of other great stuff, Hanna-Barbera material that has not gotten Blu-rays before, the Hanna-Barbera Superstars 10 collection. This is one of the smartest releases I've seen for a Blu-ray, Warner Archive or otherwise. This contains the 10 movies between 87 and 88 that were the Hanna-Barbera, feature film-length TV movies. And the way this works is that you have this box set, which is Yogi's Great Escape, Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers, The Jetsons meet the Flintstones, Yogi Bear and the Magical Flight of the Spruce Goose, Top Cat and the Beverly Hills Cats, as well as The Good and the Bad and the Huckleberry Hound, Rockin' with Judy Jetson, Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf, and Yogi and the Invasion of the Space Bears. So they're in release order here, but if you don't want all 10 and you just want one of these, that's an option. All of these are available in single release as well. Same exact discs. This is just a nice box set if you're someone that's getting all the Hanna-Barbera. Adding to that, Scooby Goes Hollywood and Yogi's Ark are included as bonus features on two of these discs. I don't remember which ones they're included on. I believe Scooby Goes Hollywood is on Ghoul School, but I'm not 100% certain on that. Can't remember off the top of my head. But these two are included as bonus features. So you're actually getting 12. It's the 10 plus 2 extras, so you're actually getting 12. But they weren't sold as the Superstars 10 because that was what they were marketed as. And I like this little outside slipcover. Keeps it nice and simple. All right, let's go on to Disney. First things first, The Marvels, the latest Marvel Cinematic Universe Blu-ray. This is the 4K and Blu-ray release. Looks really nice. Love the cover. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I've talked about it before on live streams and stuff. I really liked it. It's one of those movies that's like, not necessarily that, should they have made this movie because of commercial viability and stuff? Probably not, because these are 3 characters, 2 of which debuted on Disney Plus, and they gave them a theatrical film, which I think was fun. But, you know, from a business sense, it was like, okay, is this what audiences wanted? And sadly, it seemed like it wasn't, even though I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a really light, fun superhero movie that had some stakes. While not the most important, like, universe-building block of the MCU, I enjoyed it for what it was, and I've watched it a couple times now, and I still enjoy it. So, yeah, I mean, if you want something fun and exciting, go for it. But if you don't like the characters, then you're not really going to be into it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it on that movie. All right, Disney's Wish. Main reason I got this was because it was $10 through Disney Movie Club. Also, rest in peace, Disney Movie Club. They're closing in May, and my last orders will be here in the next Blu-ray haul. Kind of sad because I really have enjoyed Disney Movie Club, but Sony's taking over Disney's physical media operations now, and as part of that, they're closing the Movie Club, which is sad because I would buy a lot of stuff through Movie Club. So I'm going to be pickier and choosier when I have to pay, you know, full retail price for stuff. Because I used to buy a ton of stuff from Disney Movie Club. Like, for example, Wish. Probably wouldn't have bought this. I would have waited for a sale, but $10 at release. Can't turn down. I saw Wish in theaters. Haven't watched it since. It's a fine movie. I think there's a lot of good things about it, but I think a lot of it was too many cooks in the kitchen in the executive side, because hearing about all the deleted stuff, I was like, oh, there was a really interesting, exciting movie in here, but it got stripped away by focus group testing and executive meddling, and that's kind of sad, because I think the movie had a lot of potential. That being said, nice Blu-ray release, you know, DVD combo pack, that whole thing. The coolest part about this, for me at least, is the fact that this does include the Once Upon a Studio, which was the short film that was originally going to debut before this movie, before they aired it as part of a TV special instead. And that was like a celebration of Disney's 100th anniversary, and they brought in older animators, and they did, you know, a bunch of characters from the Disney studio celebrating the 100 at the studio. And it was really cool because we got a lot of new animation on a lot of characters in their original art styles, seeing them interact and stuff. It was really fun. It was a little, you know, self-congratulatory 100th anniversary thing, but I thought it respected the legacy of the Disney Animation Company and the things that we love about it as fans, and I thought that was really nice. And I think Wish was also trying to do that, but I kind of wish Wish was just kind of doing its own thing and had a little bit more freedom to do so. But overall, I mean, for $10, not a bad release. All right, so speaking of Disney Movie Club closing, a lot of their exclusives are, like, snapped up immediately. Thanks to HasLab Omega Prime, I wasn't able to get an order in on some releases, and I've just decided to let that go. Parent Trap, though, was on Disney Movie Insider's rewards points, so I just redeemed some points, and boom, got the original Parent Trap on Blu-ray. This is one my mom likes, so I was like, I'm going to snap that up for some points. And then this one, admit that I went to an Amazon third-party seller. My mom watched this on YouTube because someone had uploaded it. It's not on Disney Plus for whatever reason, and was like, it's really good. We need to own the Blu-ray of it. So we went out and bought a third-party copy because it had already sold out at Disney Movie Club. The Scarecrow of Romney Marsh looks very exciting. Haven't seen it yet, but it's on the list. I'm looking forward to watching this thing. It looks really cool. Astute viewers may have asked the question, didn't you buy Aquaman The Last Kingdom sound out? You buy all the DC movies on Steelbook? Yes, I did. Of course I did. It's here. You can see it. It's its own segment. Reason why it's its own segment is because this is the end of an era. This is the end of the DC Extended Universe itself. And it went out on a cockroach. Very apt metaphors in this movie, honestly, and I don't even think it was intentional. Aquaman Lost Kingdom, the Aquaman sequel we waited like 5 years for. It was a fine movie. You know, I kind of wish it wasn't the last one because it's honestly not super memorable, which is sad because it's an Aquaman movie, and the first one was pretty good. But them's the breaks, I guess. This is it. This is the end of the DCU. I had to get this through Walmart because Best Buy dropped physical media like dummies. And then Walmart's like, well, we'll sell steelbooks. And you know what? Walmart shipped it even better than Best Buy. They put like a cardboard like cover on both sides so it wouldn't get dented. And that was nice. That was appreciated. Good job, Walmart. That being said, Walmart's free shipping threshold kind of makes it really hard to order these because their free shipping threshold is $35 and these cost $34.99. So I see what they're doing. But this is nice. It's the last DCU Steelbook. You're like, okay, so you're the crazy man who bought every DCU movie on Steelbook, right? So here's Man of Steel. I also put a 4K in there, even though it's a Blu-ray Steelbook. Here's Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, with the updated color grading 4K that Warner Archive put out. Because, okay, look, I might be an addict. Then we've got, of course, Suicide Squad, which was a 4K Blu-ray on this Steelbook. So we got the extended cut up here first, because for some reason the extended cut is on the Blu-ray and only the theatrical is on the 4K, instead of having the extended on the 4K, like, you know, would make sense. So, you know, there's that. Next up, we got Wonder Woman. This was also a 4K Blu-ray Steelbook. Really nice artwork on this one, by the way. I liked it when they made these unique art pieces like that. They got comic book artists to do them. Then we got Justice League, and while this is a Steelbook for the theatrical Justice League, because I didn't like the Zack Snyder Justice League Steelbook, never be afraid, the Zack Snyder Justice League is in here. Yes, this is the UK release of the 4K, because the US release was taking so long, and I got it for like 25 bucks, so I was like, I'm just gonna buy it, because I wasn't sure what was going on with the whole streaming thing, so I was like, alright. And then they released one later, and I didn't rebuy it, because it's the same exact discs. But anyways, I put it in this one because, you know, Jim Lee artwork, it looks nice. You know, this represents both movies. And in my mind, the Zack Snyder one is the one that exists in the continuity, not the Joss Whedon version. Here we got Aquaman, another really nice art piece there. This was a Blu-ray Steelbook, but I went back and bought a 4K just to, you know, upgrade and update, because for some reason I was like, I need all of them on 4K. And then we got Shazam, which was a 4K Steelbook from the start. It's really sad that the Shazam cover was literally just the lightning bolt. And then we've got Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn. I'm not saying the full title. I've done that too much in my life. Then there's Wonder Woman 84, which wasn't a great movie for a lot of reasons. And then there's The Suicide Squad, which was a good movie. I just didn't like it. You know, that's one of those good movie, recognize the quality, just personally didn't like it. Black Adam, which was fine. It was the Fast and Furious of DC movies, and I like Fast and the Furious. You know, not one I've actually even rewatched since it came out, though. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, kind of a mess, sadly, even though there's a lot of things I like about it. The Flash was garbage. I have no problem saying that. There's nothing in that movie I like. And then the beautiful Blue Beetle movie that is so good, and is probably my favorite thing that the DCEU produced. And has to sit right between The Flash, Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom. So, here's the thing. This franchise had potential, and the Batman v Superman's performance critically and box office-wise and audience reception-wise completely torpedoed not only this entire universe, but also torpedoed the Warner Brothers company. Like, everything's gone downhill since this movie came out. And it's not necessarily the movie's fault. You know, if Warner Brothers didn't want a Zack Snyder Batman versus Superman movie, then they shouldn't have given Zack Snyder the money and the ability to make a Batman versus Superman movie. Like, it's not like Zack Snyder's filmography is so varied that it's like, oh, what could he come up with next? Like, he has a pretty consistent tone, and it's not really his fault if that wasn't what they ultimately wanted. And then, you know, I like several of these movies. I actually like Batman v Superman with the extended cut. It works for me. I like Zack Snyder's Justice League. I like Aquaman. I like Shazam. I like Wonder Woman. It's got problems, but it's fine. And, you know, I enjoyed Black Adam. I loved Blue Beetle, and I don't know if I'm ever going to watch Aquaman Lost Kingdom again. But yet I own all of them on 4K Steelbook, because I think ultimately at the end of the day, over this, like, what was this, 11 or 10 years, exactly 10 years, I think I was just hoping the DCEU was going to be something, you know? And we were kind of on something right about here. Like, Aquaman and Shazam back-to-back was great. Then we got Birds of Prey, and then Wonder Woman, and I didn't like Suicide Squad, and it's the weirdest franchise, because it had this many movies, and yet I can't even say the journey was worth it. Because what was the journey? There really was no end point. But it's done. I have them all on Steelbook. I have them all on 4K. I feel incredibly conflicted about even doing this. But after a certain point, I think it was after Wonder Woman 84, I was like, well, I just got to keep going now. You know, like, because after I had, like, all of these, I was like, well, keep going. And I ain't doing this again. You know, I'm going to buy a movie on Steelbook if I love the artwork and love the movie. But if I don't love the artwork, but I love the movie, I'll just buy the movie. This is a one-time thing, and it'll never be repeated by me or hopefully anybody ever again. Now, I didn't want to end the video on a bummer note like that, so let's move on to my new obsession, the form of Doctor Who. So I have been a Doctor Who fan for approximately 3 months. I started watching with the 60th anniversary specials. Me and my mom were watching it. My mom used to watch Doctor Who back in its classic years, and we started watching the 60th anniversary specials because they're on Disney Plus and they looked fun. And we're like, all right, let's watch it. And then after those, we were like, we need to go back and catch all this because what the heck was everything that was going on with David Tennant and Donna and everything? We need to know context. And so we started watching Doctor Who from the revival era onward, or as I like to call it, Heisei Doctor Who. We will tackle Showa Doctor Who at a different time. But we started with, of course, Christopher Eccleston's Ninth Doctor, the first series of the 2005 revival. And so, of course, that led to physical media purchasing because where else would it lead? This is me we're talking about. But this segment is brought to you by Spin-54 because he helped me get these. Essentially, the story goes that Spin-Dash, who was a Doctor Who fan for many, many years beyond me and helped me out with viewing guide orders and how to watch things, and he had purchased the newest Doctor Who box set that was like Doctors 9 through 13, and so he did not need his 9th Doctor or 11th or 12th Doctor sets, so he sold them to me, which was a big win-win for both of us, because that way I got discs and I could stop using HBO Max with ads, because that was a painful experience when people get cut off mid-sentence by an ad, and it also worked for him because now he doesn't have duplicate discs in his collection. So now I still need to pick up a 10th Doctor David Tennant set and all the volumes for the Jodie Whittaker 13th Doctor years, but I will do those, and you'll probably see them in the next Blu-ray haul if all goes according to plan. But let's take a look at what we got from Spin-Dash here. Starting with the complete first series, which was the 9th Doctor set. So this was one season for Christopher Eccleston. This Blu-ray is upscaled because it wasn't shot in HD at the time. It was 2005. It was before that really happened. This is a pretty cool set. I haven't delved deep into this yet because we had watched the episodes recently, so there's no reason to rewatch them. And we were thinking of going back and watching the bonus features after we kind of catch up in a way. So, you know, that kind of thing's going on. But pretty nice Blu-ray set for that. But things get a little bit more exciting when we talk about the complete Matt Smith series. This was the complete set for Matt Smith's Doctor from series 5, 6, and 7, plus all of the specials. As you can see there, huge list of stuff. What's really cool about these sets is that there's a nice hard cardboard chipboard box, and then this book design. So we got the book design here. It's got kind of like a nice little, like, you know, quote, nice artwork of the Doctor and his companions for the seasons that are inside. So we have Series 5 across 3 discs. I like that it lists which bonus features are on the disc. Makes it very easy to find mini episodes and find specific bonus features. So there's 4 discs for Series 5, with disc 4 being Doctor Who Confidential, which is the behind-the-scenes series. And then Series 6, all those episodes. The Christmas specials are put in order as well. Doctor Who Confidential being the 4th disc. And then Series 7, which I just finished watching recently, which was a whole lot of stuff. And there's a ton of these little mini episodes, and they are included on the disc, which is really nice. It doesn't have 100% everything. There is some stuff that was only like on the Japanese, or no, there was some stuff that was only on the British Blu-ray releases, and some stuff that just didn't make it to Blu-ray, but they are available online. There's a lot of bonus features on disc 4 in particular. And then, of course, this had the big 50th anniversary specials with the Day of the Doctor in 3D and 2D. There's a 3D option if you had the tech for it. And the Time of the Doctor. This was seeing Matt Smith and David Tennant joined by John Hurt. Plus, it has the Adventure in Space and Time, a biography film, which was a dramatization of the making of Doctor Who. And then on the bonus disc here, you've got the Sarah Jane Adventures episodes that Matt Smith appeared in, which was one of the spin-off shows. We've got Doctor Who promos and stuff, the Day of the Doctor from script to screen feature, plus the 5-ish Doctors reboot, which was a comedy special starring 3 of the past Doctors trying to get involved with the 50th anniversary, and it's hilarious, it's wonderful, it's one of the most charming things I've ever seen. They really went all out for the 50th, and it's nice that it's all included here as opposed to a separate set, because this completes Matt Smith's time on the show. And having recently finished watching it, we're on the bonus features part of it. Pretty great stuff. Doctor Who, good times. So the next thing to watch, I don't have like complete details on this, is the Peter Capaldi years, which is another similar box. On here, it's got nice imagery. It keeps sliding out. Nice heavy chipboard box. Another book style packaging. There's multiple shots of the Doctor there. looking pretty great. And so we've got the Doctor and Clara there, and then all the discs, once again, listing the bonus features, which is really, really helpful in a lot of ways, because it allows you to just find what you're looking for, pretty nice and easy. Lots of Cybermen there. This is like a preview, because I haven't watched any of this yet. We'll be watching it soon. Maybe starting it even before this video goes up, but really enjoying Doctor Who a whole lot. It is quintessentially British tokusatsu in all the best ways, and I really, really like that. So that is the Peter Capaldi Doctor Who box set. Now, not be outdone, did go out and buy something that wasn't from Spin Dash, because of connections to the 50th anniversary. Paul McGann's 8th Doctor only appeared prior in this one movie in the mid-90s that was meant to be a pilot that was never picked up because it didn't perform well in America, and it was a production done in Canada. This is essentially the G-Savior, Ultraman USA, or Kamen Rider Zeto of Doctor Who, and, you know, if any of that made sense to anybody out there, you can understand where this kind of fits in the timeline. Now, what's interesting about this, he is the 8th Doctor, there is the 9th Doctor being Christopher Eccleston, and they did sort of explain, you know, what happened to this guy in the 50th anniversary materials. It also features Sylvester McCoy as the 7th Doctor, so it has a nice point in the canon. What's also weird is that they only released it on Blu-ray in the UK. They didn't actually release an American Blu-ray like they have for those others. So this release, you can find it pretty easily online. I got it for about 20 bucks on eBay. Disc 1 will pretty much work in most players. There may be some players that'll have issues with it, like PlayStation 3s or older Blu-ray players, but if you have a 4K player or you have a PlayStation 4 or 5, this disc will play no problem. The bonus features disc, which are the DVD extras, not so much. Those are going to be, you know, trickier, because this is a Region 2 coded DVD, so you're going to need an all-region player or the ability to switch the regions. But the movie itself will play. It is an upscale presentation. It's not like a full HD restoration, but it's still a pretty good way to watch it. They have like a little card insert that has like the backstory and then talks about the bonus features. Now, while the bonus features disc does have stuff that's not on the main disc still has bonus features, including 2 commentary tracks, as well as some bonuses, including the Night of the Doctor mini episode that Paul McGann appeared in. Plus, there's your chapter points. What's also cool, as an addition to this, is the fact that you have kind of this more modern era Doctor Who style cover here, but they give you a more classic style with the like circular dots along the top. So if you wanted to have the classic style to go with your classic set, or if you wanted to consider him part of the modern set, you have options there, which I think is pretty nice and pretty cool. So this is a pretty good release. Like I said, though, if you don't have a Region 2 player for the DVD, you're going to have ways around that. But the Blu-ray itself will play in pretty much all the you know, usual Blu-ray players that things will work in. So that's the start of the Doctor Who collection. How big will it be in the next Blu-ray haul? You'll have to wait and find out. So this Blu-ray haul was a little more eclectic than usual. It was just kind of a little bit all over the place in a lot of ways, but there was some really cool stuff to talk about here, especially the Doctor Who start, the end of the DCEU, the start of Naruto Shippuden. I really enjoyed doing this, and I hope you did too. So if you did, please hit the like button if you haven't already. Hit subscribe and the notification bell if you haven't already, so you don't miss out when the next Blu-ray haul comes in the next quarter. And check out the previous ones if you haven't already. I love doing these. It's like just a grab bag of let's just talk about a bunch of stuff. Also, leave a comment down below and tell me what your favorite release that I picked up was, or what was your favorite thing that you bought that I didn't buy in the last 3 months. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check out the channel memberships by hitting the join button down below. You can help support the channel directly, starting with as little as $1 a month, and there are perks like early access and member-only live streams. But the general live streams that anybody can join are every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern here on this YouTube channel, so don't miss them. Check out the Discord in the link below if you want a server that can talk about all kinds of fun things and nerd stuff, and specifically Blu-rays in our Blu-ray Den chat. You can also find me at social media at SoundOut12 on most platforms if you so wish. You can check out my awesome graphic designer on social media and on our Discord at DarkClass643, as well as Hero Club at HeroClub.com for entertainment news and more. And until next time, this is SoundOut saying goodbye.